Hello chess family, it's me National Master Jesse James, and it's time for another installment for How to Play the Accelerate Dragon. In this one we're going to be seeing the interesting idea of playing pawn to f5. This is going to open up the king side and also give you more play. As you guys can know, especially at higher levels, white can get a very nice bind in the center and really stop counterplay throughout the whole game, either on the king side, middle, or on the queen side. And this is another faucet or another way to try and open up the game and give yourself some counterplay. This is a highly theoretical game. Let's go and take a look. Here we go, e4, c5, knight f3, knight c6, d4, c takes, knight takes, pawn to g6, the accelerated dragon, knight c3, bishop g7, bishop e3, knight f6, bishop c4, the modern variation, and here castles, bishop b3, pawn to a5, with the idea of playing pawn to a4, which as we know, one of the best ways to play against this is really just to go ahead and castle and allow a4 to happen because, well, after knight takes on a4, the game is, although black is able to win his pawn back, the game is actually quite open here, and, well, white is able to stop a lot of counterplay from these center pawns from moving forward, even though it may not look like it. With that being said, in this game, black, after playing a5, white just goes ahead and plays pawn to f3. And this is not something I highly recommend, especially for the white players. There's so many ways that you can get a very active position here. f3 is just a bit too slow in my opinion. With that being said, we know one of the strong moves here is to play pawn d5 right away. And, well, after bishop takes d5, knight takes d5, knight takes d5, here we have the very interesting idea of, this is all computer and booked up, now we can try the idea of pawn to f5 exclam. At this point, well, there's only one real way to play here to maintain the advantage. You have to be very careful in this situation. And, well, at this point, it almost boils down to a draw in this variation. But it's good to know the idea of playing pawn to f5 in general. This is an idea that you can use. What do you play? Well, after knight takes, pawn takes, here the knight goes to b6 and a lot of trades happen. With that being said, if you're trying to play for something a little bit more, well, there's really not too much to try here. Knight b5 has been tried, and this was just a draw right here. Here, black has lots of moves, but we first start off with f takes c4, and, well, it looks like white should have a little bit more here. Bishop b6 looks like a little annoying because the queen has to move, and the queen just goes to d7, and here, knight bc7, and rook to b8. And although it looks like a bind here, black is about to get some sharpened fangs over here and start opening up the position here. And I'm definitely liking black's position now. With that being said, the best way to play was knight takes on c6, b takes on c6, and then knight to b6. Here you just simply play rook b8, and white really has nothing better than just to trade queens here. Here b2 is in the way, and also an idea about rook takes b6 can be an idea here too. That's why you just can't play something like, I don't know, queen e2, just because rook takes on b6 is going to win some material. Again, with that being said, here we trade queens, rook takes on d8, and rook to d1. Yeah, it's really hard to play in this kind of position right here, and rook d1 is really the only way to maintain your advantage. The b2 pawn is underneath attack, so if you try something like pawn to c3, again, black is able to open up the game. F takes on e4, and if f takes on e4, well, now the bishop can jump in. And I think most players here are going to be liking black's position as, well, the bishops both look pretty good here, and the rooks are looking good here too. Although the knight looks like a nice staple, it's going to be hard to maintain it there. That's why in the game, white went ahead and just played rook over to d1, and after rook takes, king takes, f takes again first, knight takes on c8. Here again, if you take, well, you're just allowing them to either grab a pawn on b2, or you can allow them to bring the bishop out with the tempo here. Maybe something like bishop g4 check can be a move here to be played. Well, yeah, computer's not liking this because, well, we should really just grab the pawn on b2. So maybe we'll just take on b2 here and have a even position. With that being said, in this position from the game, knight takes on c8, rook takes on c8, pawn b3 got played, pawn takes, and with this, well, the staggered pawn structure that black has, and, well, although these pawns are a bit staggered over here, they are able to keep these other pawns at bay. And, well, it's really hard to play for a win here because, well, I guess you might be able to trade off this pawn, but it's going to be a very long game here. And, well, both sides are going to be able to get past pawns. So here the game ended quite quickly with a draw. King f7, king e2, bishop e5, pawn to a4, king to e6. Good idea bringing the kings to the center. Bishop b6, another very nice move here, taking away the d8 square, but also putting pressure on the a5 pawn. Black does a very nice maneuver here to actually make progress and defend everything. Here I probably would have played the simple move of bishop c7 here, just going into a rook and pawn endgame, where I feel very confident I won't be losing this game, although I'm pretty confident I won't be winning this game either, unless my opponent makes a blunder. Here rook a8 was played, king to d3, bishop to d6 here, with an idea of playing maybe something like pawn to c5 and trapping this bishop. White retreats the bishop, rook over to f8, nice idea. It's not about attacking the pawn, it's about defending the a5 pawn, so there's no more bishop b6 ideas. Here king e2, rook f5, and here the game is just equal, and again, although the pawn structure is slightly better here for white, it's not enough to actually win the game. Pawn h4 got played, rook e5 check, king d3 check, king back check, and they went ahead and called it a draw. Again, this is a very interesting idea to play f5 in these Accelerate Dragons. A lot of times what we're doing as strong chess player is building up different concepts. That's why hopefully you're watching this series and you're finding out a lot of new ideas or concepts that you can try in your Accelerate Dragon games as white and black. Alright guys, we hope you enjoyed this. We'll see you in the next one.